Franchise versus independent restaurants. Which is easier to manage? It's difficult to objectively admit that one type of restaurants is easier to manage than the other. Each type has its own pros and cons, and which one will be better suited for you will depend on your unique situation. That said, managing a restaurant's franchise tends to be easier. Let's get into it. For those of you who are aspiring restaurateur, there are two routes you can take. You can start your very own independent restaurants, or you can acquire an already established restaurant's franchise. Now, this decision is not an easy one to make because investing in a restaurant is an expensive venture and it comes with a fair share of risks. Therefore, you should base your decision on your goals, concept, and budget. So, if you are still unsure which direction you should head, this video will help you determine whether franchise or independent restaurants management is for you. Hi, my name is Massimo Montone. I'm the founder of Restaurant Keys and creator of Restaurants Launch Roadmap, an online coaching program where we teach you how to launch your own restaurants with the 7 fundamental stages, a step-by-step process that will help you clarify and create a perfect pre-opening plan. I'm blessed to have been working for the last 20 years with some of the most influential people in the industry today. And I've been able to crack what those 7 fundamental stages are and why you must focus on them. You'll find a link below for more information. If you're looking to start your very own restaurants, you should know that managing it has its own limitations. While starting an independent restaurant is a great way to share your idea with the world, navigating through the multimedia of potential risk is unlimitedly your responsibility. Here's what you need to know about managing an independent restaurant. We'll start with the positive first. One factor that makes independent restaurants management relatively easy is that it does not require a lot of investment compared to purchasing a restaurant's franchise. If you can start your own restaurants in a small space and let the business take off before investing in an expansion. Another factor that makes an independent restaurant easy to manage is that you don't have to cater to their idea and demands of other managers or shareholders. You have a complete control over the restaurant's appealing, its menu, the location, and much more. As an independent restaurant owner, you get to keep all the profits of your restaurants. You can use this money to grow your business and hire more personnel to help managing it. People learn from their mistakes, and as an independent restaurant owner, you are bound to make quite a few of them. However, you can learn what works and what doesn't work, and then use knowledge to manage your restaurants more effectively. Let's just talk for a moment about the risk of failure. The restaurant industry is a competitive one. So, making your restaurant stand out from the rest and eventually becoming successful can be a gamble. Therefore, you will have to try and come up with unique ideas, pick effective marketing strategies, and put in a lot of time and effort in business operations to avoid those risks. Doing all of that can take managing an independent restaurant a lot harder than you may have first thought. Typically, new independent restaurants don't have standards, rules, and policies to keep them running effectively. This automatically can make restaurant management more challenging. The second option you can consider is to purchasing and managing an outlet of a chain of restaurants. This option can be a relatively more expensive one, but it typically poses fewer risks. It is what you need to know about managing a franchise restaurant. Managing an outlet of a franchise comes with significantly fewer risks than starting your own from scratch. This means that you won't have to go above and beyond to prevent these risks from submerging into a loss. Theoretically, it'll be a lot easier to manage a franchise restaurant. When you purchase a franchise, everything is set up for you. So if you are new to the industry, you will have a foundation to work from, making managing significantly simpler than starting afresh. Purchasing an outlet of a chain restaurant means you'll still be working under the franchisor. In most cases, the franchisor provides outlets owners with the necessary resources to run the restaurants effectively. Those resources include staff training, equipment, suppliers, marketing budget, and so on. But acquiring a franchised restaurant typically costs a lot of money, and starting an independent restaurant is not that easy. This is especially true if the franchise is popular. In addition to that, you will have to pay a royalty fee for running a franchise outlet. Those costs can make limits the number of resources you can put into making the restaurant's management easier and more effective. If we were to give a definitive answer on the franchise versus independent restaurants debate, we say that running a franchise is typically easier. However, that is not always the case for all restaurateurs. If you are looking to launch a restaurant franchise and take the opportunity, try to find one that fits within your budget. You will also have to spend money on keeping the business thriving, in addition to the resources from the franchisor. In addition to preventing growth, limitation resources can be sourced of the stress, which can make management a lot harder. On the other hand, you can only run an independent restaurant effectively if you make a well thought out business plan from the start. To learn more about anything and everything that has to do with the restaurants industry, check out our blog on the link below. You'll find various restaurant trade secrets, and you can seek professional assistance from one of our experienced restaurants consultants. For now, stay safe, be happy, and make a difference.